Hello everyone. Welcome to TELLS Videtionary. Today, June 11th, our word of the day is law. L-O-R-E. Law. Law is a four-letter word and a noun. Remember, a noun refers to a thing, a person, an animal, a place, a quality, an idea, or an action. Law means traditional knowledge and stories about a subject. In other words, a body of traditions and knowledge on a subject held by a particular group and typically passed from person to person by word of mouth. Law is a body of knowledge or tradition passed down among members of a culture, usually orally. It's the law in folklore and is responsible for spreading the word about mythical figures like Santa Claus, Paul Bunyan, and even Uncle Sam. Most law begins as an oral tradition, passed on by word of mouth, and only later takes on a written form. We tend to think of law as something centuries old, as in the British Arthurian law surrounding the doings of the mythical King Arthur and his court. However, newer law, such as baseball law, is constantly springing up. Humans need and love their law. Law refers to a body of knowledge or traditional beliefs that are passed down through generations. It can also refer to a particular set of stories or myths associated with a specific culture or community. If you want to use the word law in a sentence, a few tips can help you do so effectively. Understand the meaning of the word. It is important to understand what the word law means before using it in a sentence. As mentioned, it refers to a body of knowledge or traditional beliefs passed down through generations. This can include stories, myths, legends, and other cultural traditions. By understanding the meaning of the word, you can use it in a way that accurately reflects its definition. Consider the context. When using the word law in a sentence, it is essential to consider the context in which it is used. For example, suppose you are writing about a particular culture or community. In that case, you may want to use the word law to refer to the stories and traditions associated with that group. Alternatively, suppose you are writing about a particular topic, such as the law of a specific video game or movie franchise. In that case, you can use the word to refer to the fictional stories and myths that are associated with that world. Use it descriptively. One effective way to use the word law in a sentence is to use it descriptively. For example, you might say, "The law of this particular culture is rich and varied, with many stories and traditions that have been passed down through generations." This helps convey the idea that this culture is associated with a deep and complex body of knowledge that is valued and respected by its members. Use it to create atmosphere. Another way to use the word law in a sentence is to use it to create atmosphere or mood. For example, you might say, "The dark and mysterious law of this ancient temple was enough to send shivers down my spine." This helps to create a sense of foreboding or unease and suggests that something ominous or dangerous is associated with this place's stories and traditions. Use it to add depth and complexity. Finally, using the word law in a sentence can help to add depth and complexity to your conversations. By referencing the stories and traditions associated with a particular culture or topic, you can help create a sense of history and depth that can make your writing more engaging and interesting to readers. In conclusion, law is a powerful and versatile term that can be used in various ways to add depth, complexity, and atmosphere to your speaking and writing. By understanding its meaning and considering the context in which it is being used, you can use this word effectively to convey a wide range of ideas and emotions. Similar words include mythology, myths, legends, stories, traditions, folklore, culture, beliefs, sayings, superstitions, fantasy, oral tradition, and mythos. Examples of sentences using law are: according to local law, the water has healing properties. Law was passed around the campfire in the form of old folk tales. Old wives' tales and other lore were used to predict the baby's sex. Gaining a bit of lore from the elderly woman, the girl felt she understood the situation better. The Native American tribe prided itself on protecting its traditional lore and on being able to pass this knowledge down to future generations. Lore and tradition were always spread by word of mouth since the ancient people had no written language during that time. Make sure to save this new word, lore, so you can practice using it in your everyday sentences.
That's all for today. Thank you for spending your time with me. I hope you learned something new. Remember, practice makes perfect, and we'd love to hear from you, so leave a comment after every video. All comments are welcome. Don't forget to like and share this video. Subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so you receive similar videos every day. Have a fulfilling day. See you tomorrow. Cheers!